Okay, brother teacher, can you please lead us about?
First bar, second bar, third bar.
Okay. First, we would like to welcome our brothers and sisters from Oliven and Mpumalanga, and they traveled a long distance here today to join us. And I hope they will also enjoy it and learn very much like the rest of us do every time. Okay, now I'm going to first play you the video.
Yes.
古早人讲，哎呦，你嘛修一个好心好行，是啊，咱来好心好行，这就是咱平时啊所修行真重要的目标。所以啊，若有所作啊，必不作恶，亦不念恶啊，口自不行啊！咱若要做啥物，咱着注意哦。是恶的代志呢，绝对唔通做。哪怕是伫咱的内心啊，起一念的恶念，都唔通哦。若会当内心无恶念啊，外形无作恶啊，那安尼呢，就口自不行，都无啥物苦果食啦。人常常都讲，都甲你讲唔通做，你都要做，即嘛真苦啊吼！家己自作自受啊，这是咱平常人常常听到的话，所以心爱顾会好，心若无怨结啦，无真无精啊，那是心自在啊，最安乐住。咱要安怎会当真安乐？咱就是心唔通去甲人结怨咯。心安怎才会当无甲人结怨呢？就是爱无真，唔通动不动都发脾气啊，嘛唔通吼，足够甲人计较，有计较啊，就会有争论啦。所以呢，唔通发脾气，唔通甲人争论计较，也若安尼呢，咱的心拢会当常常都真自在啊，逐工呢嘛安尼真安乐啊。所以心住伫安乐啦，这就是人生呢最快乐，也是最幸福的代志。一对的年轻夫妻，恩恩爱爱啦，太太怀孕啦，真期待呢，有一个真可爱的小宝宝啊！看到太太接近要生，顺月的时阵啊，充满了希望。哪会知影伊的太太难产啊？囡仔是留落来啦，太太呢往生啊！这先生还阁才少年，因为夫妻真恩爱嘛，若无拍算讲吼，要阁娶。 囡仔生落来呢，伊嘛真希望好好甲囝饲互会大，所以呢，要用心饲好这个囝。但是慢慢来，感觉伊的经济有压力，所以伊就爱去趁钱啊。这个囝要安怎呢？训练这只狗啊，来顾伊的囝。果然啊，这只狗呢是足聪明的，只要伊牛奶甲泡好好，放着伫迄个所在，这狗呢时间若到，会去加迄个牛奶管啊，饲这个囡仔呢，真正是不可思议哦。这段时间啊，这位先生呢，已经安心。这只狗呢，做伊个囝的保姆啊，安心啦。有一天啊，就是啊，做工课赶工啊，迄阿嬷呢无法度转来。但是伊对这只狗就真放心啊。等到呢天光转来的时，门一开啦，这只狗呢看到主人转来，好亲像真欢喜，赶紧呢就来伫咧接主人。但是这只狗呢，规个喙拢是血。伊看到，哪会遮奇怪呢？啊，囝呢？囝伫倒位啊？找无伊的囝，伊一个就想讲哦，是毋是这只狗咬死我的囝？迄当阵呢，只敢若想到这只狗规个喙拢血。是毋是咬死伊的囝呢？拢无有第二个考虑啦，就是想这只狗是咬死伊的囝，恶心生起来啦，全咧举一支刀呢，甲这只狗刣死啦，刣死了这只狗了后，才听到囝伫咧叫一声。伫倒位啊？囝伫咧哭啊，吹声呢，才知影伫眠床骹咧啦，囡仔爬出来啊，囝拢好好啊。迄个时阵呢，才看到伫迄个门角的所在呢，一只龙。哇！迄当阵呢。伊恍然大悟啦，原来呢是这只龙要来咬伊的囝。这只狗呢，甲伊搏斗。这只狗骹腿嘛是去互伊夹一块肉，迄块肉呢是伫迄只龙的喙，迄只龙嘛是受伤，颔棍的去互伊夹一孔真大，奄奄一息啦。当阵呢，才知影错啦，所以一念的冲动啦，来不及呢，恶念呢缩短，来不及啦。这只狗已经互伊刣死，咱这正念啦，是遮尔正重要。咱的心内当真平静啦，自然呢，咱就无有恶念生起来啊。定定一句话讲， 差之毫厘啊，失之千里。目标啊，爱对准啦，信用爱正确。那安尼信用正确，修行啊，才袂偏差。所以以身恶令速断，咱的心爱顾好好啊。实事呢，咱若顾无好呢，那就偏差啊，开始心啦生恶啦，那行就去做恶啦，啊未生恶啊，令不生。咱来试试这个贪嗔痴这三个念头呢，绝对呢唔通互心安尼呢现行出来，就是浮起了心念，咱呢也唔通有吼。啊，既然拢总无啦，啊，这是真好啊！将来呢，对外境嘛无贪啊，对人事物呢，都拢无真分争端啦。啊，哪会当安尼啦？是足好的，未成善，令速生。哎，赶紧把咱这念的善念啦，积极呢，赶紧生出来，培养咱的善心啊！以成善啦，咱爱宁静中吼，毋是干那一点仔善安尼做就好啊，毋是干那讲啊，我都无做歹就好啊，无做歹代志啦，那当然啦，是真好啊。做一个好好人吼，但是呢，好人是真好，爱搁再进步呢，做一个菩萨。所以啊，若有所作啊，必不作恶啊，亦不念恶，口自不生，自然就无后悔嘛。心无结怨，无嗔无争啊，心自在嘛，就会当真安乐。
Okay, so what is the moral of the story today? Why in the beginning that Master Cheng Yen said we must always have good thoughts and do good deeds? Why do we need to cultivate our mind? What happened to the man who didn't always have positive thoughts? What happened to that man in the video? Can anyone tell me? Anyone want to share a bit? What happened to that man in the video, in the story? The man with the baby and the dog. What was his reaction when he see the dog with blood? Sister Kara?
Yeah. The man gave rise to evil thoughts, gave rise to anger. He allowed anger to take over him without meditating on his thoughts. He was quick to assume. He allowed anger to be the one that allows him to think. He didn't think and then meditate or cultivate his thinking to say, am I really thinking right? Can I really check that this has happened to the child? He did not think that, but he gave rise to anger. And instead of checking, he actually acted out and he killed the dog without checking if the child was all right. He just assumed that the child is dead.
Yes, thank you, Brother Foreman. And Sister Karen, you wanted to say something just now?
I also wanted to say he didn't want to think first, was supposed to think first before he take the issue, because he just looked at the dogs and concluded that this dog had killed the child. He was supposed to think and then check the action later, even though he was not supposed to kill the dog.
Yes, thank you very much, Sister Karen. So the man, he had a bad thought first after he saw the dog with blood in his mouth. So then he was driven by a sudden impulse and killed the dog. Okay, why did he have a sudden impulse? Because he was giving rise to anger, right? He was angry. So he wasn't thinking anymore. So when you have a sudden impulse, you basically you basically develop not well constructed thoughts, and then you express it too early and too quickly without thinking. And then normally it's with a very high risk. Okay. And then remember from our previous session, we were talking about the chipped mug. And then Master Chen mentioned in the video that says whenever she is about to get angry, what she does, what does she do? She always practice to always be grateful with everything else before she think about have a second opinion about something. So she's always grateful about it first. So anger is like our habitual tendency. So we need to cultivate our mind to get rid of it. What is a habitual tendency? It's something that we tend to do always without thinking. So it may be some habits that we accumulated in this lifetime, but it could also be some habits that we carried over from previous lives. So that's our habitual tendency. And we must cultivate our mind to try and get rid of it so we don't get driven by it. So just a quick revise. Can anybody tell me what is the 3 poison in Buddhism? The 3 poison. The first one is anger. And then
Anger, jealous, greed.
Yes, that's right. Sister Karen, you say? Greed, yes. Yes, greed is also one of them. Thank you, Brother Foreman. So these are also things we need to cultivate our mind against you. So we also discussed about the chip mug. Let me just give a bit of background to the new brothers and sisters this time. So we are talking about a chip mug. If a mug is chipped on the side, if you turn it around, what do you see? Then you see a perfect side again, right? So it is all about how you look at things from the perspective, how you look at things. So we must always try to look at things from the good side and the positive side. And then make sure we see things from its good side and not get driven by our anger easily. And we must always have good thoughts, do good deeds. And remember in the video, Master Chen Yan also said that as soon as we have a bit of bad thoughts or a bit of evil thoughts that's arising in our head, we must eliminate it immediately. But as soon as we have some good thoughts, we must grow it and make it bigger. So that's the lesson. That's the moral of today's story from my side. Now we would like to hear from all the brothers and sisters. If anybody would like to share your ideas and your thoughts on today's video. Anybody? Okay, Sister Karen is gonna share with us.
Even animals was feeling like when we were looking at that dog was actually talking to that man just because he didn't understand it. So it was looking at him and waving the tail to show that it is happy. So it was trying to talk. So even the animals, it showed us that the animals they've got feelings and they can talk to us just because we don't understand them. That's why most of the times we end up doing wrong things to the animals. That's what I can say to you.
Thank you very much, Sister. It's very well said. Let's also consider both, not only for human, also for all sentient beings. We must keep in mind they have the same feelings and they have the same like thoughts, and they also have their thoughts in their head, you know. Okay, anybody else would like to share? Anyone from Oliver or Mpumalanga?
Remember at the beginning when the children was telling the story, he said the couple was deeply in love, meaning that love was surrounding them. And then once the guy lost the woman, there was hate in the minds, in the thoughts of the guy. So now when he came back after a long time, after teaching that dog, when he came back and saw the blood on the dog, instantly that head came back again. That now I've lost my wife, now I've lost my child as well. So that's why the thought, his thought turned into anger instantly, and then decided to kill the dog. Why? Because he was already hurt. So this teaches us that even in our head, sometimes we should look at possibility, because there is possibilities that things are going to be all right in the future, even though we are hurt today. So that's what I've learned.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else would like to share? Sorry, Brother Foreman, can you guys hear our sharing from the side?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. So anyone would like to share from your side, maybe?
I just share a bit. And
then... Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Catherine from Sterling Auto Space. Okay, from the video, I think what we learned is that that in everything we do, it is wise and best not to act in impulse. Before we can take decisions about everything or activities happening in our lives, it is best for us to maybe at least think of everything before we take action, and even think before we speak to other people. We have to at least think on how it's gonna affect the next person. So in the story, the man could have just he could have just assessed everything, looked for all the possible reasons why the dog had blood on it, before he could just decide and say, yeah, and kill the dog. So this story just teaches us that before we do everything, it's best that we check all the possibilities in every situation. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
I say it right, Catherine.
yes.
But sometimes it does happen that we just do things without thinking. But how do we train our brain? How do we train our brain so that our immediate response will always be positive and good? So there is a small exercise we can do every day. You can spend 10 minutes and every day just think about what you are grateful about the things happened today. And you write down all the grateful things and the people you are grateful for. And then that's the way you train your brain to always think positive. And that's the way we can have a positive and a brain that will always react with a positive response. Okay, anyone else would like to share?
I've learned that we should always be positive, see good in every situation. That way it will allow our minds to also think good. If we are positive, even when there's a bad thing, we always see a good side to it, and then we start by the good side before we can even say there's something bad to it. Yeah, I think that's all for me.
Thank you, Brother Foreman. Just so let you guys know, we have 12 people here today with us. So we are increasing in numbers.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone from Mpumalanga or Oliver would like to share? No more? No? Okay, shall we end today's session then? Brother Teacher, would you please lead us the bow?
Let's stand up. Let's put our palms together. And first bow. Second bow. Third bow.
Thank you, Sister Kiki. See you next week.
Thank you
We'll
very
have the report
much.
sent to you.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.